You've spent decades diligently saving, investing, and building your retirement nest egg. The hard part, right? Well, almost. While accumulating wealth is a huge achievement, there's another equally important, overlooked piece of the retirement puzzle: how you withdraw your money. Think about it. You've built this incredible nest egg of financial security. Now, how do you manage this so all of it lasts, all of your retirement adventures, no matter how long they might be? This isn't a set it and forget it situation. Your withdrawal strategy can literally mean the difference between a worry for your retirement and one filled with financial anxiety. In today's video, we're diving deep into four of the most common and effective retirement withdrawal strategies. We'll break down the pros and cons of each, discuss who they might be best for, and give you key factors to consider when building your own plan. All right, before we jump into strategies, let's briefly touch on the challenges retirees face. Once you stop working, your income stream shifts from your active earnings to passive withdrawals from your accumulated savings. This introduces a few key risks you need to manage. Number one is longevity risk. How long will you actually live? Your retirement could easily last 20, 30, or even 40 years. Your money needs to outlast you. Number two is inflation risk. The purchasing power of your money erodes over time. What costs $100 today might cost $200 in 20 years. Your withdrawals need to keep pace. Number three is sequence of returns risk. This is perhaps the trickiest. If a significant market downturn happens early in your retirement when your portfolio is at its largest, it can severely impact your long term sustainability. Withdrawals from a declining portfolio can lock in losses, making it much harder to recover. So, with these challenges in mind, let's explore four powerful withdrawal strategies designed to help your money go the distance. Strategy 1: the 4% Rule. The 4% Rule is perhaps the most famous retirement withdrawal guideline. Here's how it works. In your first year of retirement, you withdraw 4% of your total portfolio value. In subsequent years, you adjust that dollar amount for inflation to maintain your purchasing power. If you retire with $1 million in your portfolio, you withdraw 40,000 in your first year. If inflation is 3% next year, you withdraw 41,200, which is 40,000 times 103. Pros: simplicity. It's easy to understand and provides a clear starting point for your retirement income. It's widely studied. Research suggests a high probability of success, meaning your money lasts 30 years or more with a diversified portfolio. It helps give you a rough target for your retirement number. Cons: it's not a guarantee, it's a guideline. Market conditions can vary significantly from historical averages, and a strict rule doesn't adapt to real time market performance. If the market experiences a prolonged downturn early in your retirement, continuing to withdraw 4% plus inflation can accelerate portfolio depletion due to a sequence of returns risk. It may be too conservative or aggressive. Depending on your portfolio's actual performance and your spending needs, it might be too conservative, leaving more money than needed, or too aggressive, risking running out of money. It's best for those who prefer a simple, rules based approach, have a diversified portfolio, and a moderate risk tolerance strategy. The bucketing strategy is all about psychological comfort and organizing your money to mitigate sequence of returns risk. Here's how it works: you divide your portfolio into different buckets based on when you'll need the money. Bucket 1: short term, 1 to 3 years of expenses, held in highly liquid, low risk assets like cash, money market funds, or short term CDs. This covers your immediate living expenses. Bucket 2: midterm, 3 to 10 years of expenses, invested in less volatile assets like bonds, bond funds, or high quality dividend stocks. This bucket is used to replenish bucket 1 as it gets drawn down. Bucket 3 is long term, 10 years of expenses, invested in growth oriented assets like stocks, equity, ETFs. This bucket is your long term growth engine, replenishing bucket 2 over time. Pros is a psychological comfort. Knowing your immediate expenses are covered in cash reduces anxiety during market downturns, as you don't have to sell long term investments at a loss. Manages sequence of returns risk. Your draw from your cash bucket during down markets, giving your long term investments time to recover. And it's a clear visual plan, provides a straightforward, organized roadmap for your spending and investments. The cons requires active management. You need to periodically refill bucket one from bucket two and bucket two from bucket three, which requires more hands on monitoring and management. Potential for slightly lower returns. Keeping a significant amount of cash or low growth assets might lead to slightly lower overall portfolio returns compared to a fully invested approach. It's best for those who value peace of mind, want a tangible way to mitigate sequence of returns risk, and are comfortable with a more active management style. Flexible withdrawal strategy. This strategy recognizes that retirement isn't a static plan and your spending should adapt to the real time market conditions. It's about building flexibility into your income stream. Here's how it works: you start with a planned withdrawal rate, say 4 or 5%, but you're prepared to adjust it based on your portfolio's performance and broader market conditions. You increase withdrawals in strong market years. You might give yourself a small raise, take a bonus withdrawal for a special expense, or even make additional charitable donations. You decrease withdrawals in down market years. You might cut back on discretionary spending, freeze cost of living adjustments, or temporarily reduce your withdrawal amount to preserve capital. Vanguard emphasizes that minor adjustments can significantly improve your portfolio longevity. Here are the pros. It increases portfolio longevity by adapting to market conditions. You might significantly increase the probability that your money will last through your retirement. It optimizes spending, allows you to spend more when your markets are doing well, and cut back when necessary, optimizing your overall financial experience and preventing early depletion. Mitigate sequence of returns risk. By reducing withdrawals during significant downturns, you avoid locking in losses from a shrinking portfolio. Now, the cons. It requires discipline. It takes significant discipline to consistently monitor markets and, more importantly, to cut back on spending during tough times. Fluctuating income. Your annual income might not be fixed, which can be challenging for budgeting if you prefer absolute predictability. It's best for those who are flexible with their retirement spending and have a strong understanding of market cycles and are disciplined enough to adjust their lifestyle as needed. Tax efficient withdrawal order. This strategy is less about how much you take out and more about where you take it, from aiming to minimize your overall tax burden throughout your retirement. Fidelity and BlackRock both emphasize the critical importance of this approach. Here's how it works. You strategically withdraw from different types of accounts in specific order to reduce your lifetime tax bill. A common order is first starting with taxable brokerage accounts. Withdraw from these accounts, like standard investment account that you've already paid taxes on contributions, first. Long-term capital gains are typically taxed at lower rates than ordinary income, and this preserves your tax advantage accounts to grow longer. Next would be tax-deferred accounts. This includes your traditional 401ks and IRAs. Withdrawals from these are taxed as ordinary income. You might strategically withdraw from these to fill up lower tax brackets in earlier retirement, or to manage required minimum distributions, or RMDs, when they kick in at age 73. And then tax-free accounts last. This is your Roth IRA or Roth 401k. Withdrawals from these accounts are completely tax-free. You want these accounts to grow for as long as possible, especially if tax rates go up in the future. They can provide valuable tax-free income stream later in your life or be left to heirs. Pros. Maximizes net income. By minimizing your tax liability, you effectively keep more of your hard-earned money. It reduces lifetime tax burden. Strategic planning can lead to significant tax savings over decades and provides flexibility. It allows you to manage your taxable income year to year, which can impact Medicare premiums and other benefits. Cons. Complexity. This strategy can be quite complex as it depends heavily on individual tax circumstances, future tax laws, and the specific types of accounts you hold. It requires careful planning. It needs diligent planning and often the guidance of a financial advisor specialized in retirement tax planning. It's best for those with multiple types of retirement accounts, taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free, a good understanding of your tax implication, or those working closely with a tax-savvy financial advisor. Key factors to consider. So with all of these powerful strategies, how do you pick the right one for you? It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. There's no single best strategy that works for everyone. Here are crucial factors to consider when crafting your own personalized plan. One is your personal risk tolerance. How comfortable are you with market fluctuations? If you're highly risk averse, strategies that provide more stability or dynamic adjustments might suit you. Number two is your retirement lifestyle and spending needs. Do you plan on spending early in retirement and less later? Your anticipated spending patterns will directly influence your withdrawal rate. Three is your health and longevity expectations. Do you have family history of living into their 90s? You'll need your money to last longer, which might favor more conservative approaches initially. Number four is your overall tax situation. This is huge. Your income level of retirement, other sources of income like Social Security or pensions, and the types of accounts you will hold heavily influence the most tax efficient strategy. And five is your desire for flexibility versus predictability. Do you prefer a steady, predictable income, or are you comfortable adjusting withdrawals based on market performance and your changing needs? Building a smart retirement withdrawal strategy is as critical as your saving strategy. It's about combining sound financial principles with your personal goals, values, and a realistic understanding of market dynamics. Remember, the best strategy for you today might evolve over time, requiring periodic review and adjustments. That's why it's vital to review your strategy periodically, at least once a year or after major life events. Stay informed about market conditions and tax law changes, and most importantly, consider working with a qualified financial advisor who specializes in retirement planning. This can help you navigate these complexities, stress test different scenarios, and create a fully, truly personalized plan tailored to your unique situation, helping you optimize your withdrawals for longevity and tax efficiency.